Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of BaatShaat. Today, we'll be talking about England versus Ireland Test match, first day. Lucky is taking a day off, just so you know, well-deserved day off. But Yash Khandor from ICN 360 will be joining us today for a very special show. We'll also talk about Australia's preparation for Ashes and how England will fare. So stay tuned. While I let Yash join, please go and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. And here's Yash. Yash, welcome.
Hey, hi Salman. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight. Lucky's taking a well-deserved day off.
Yeah, I think Mitchell Stark deserves one too.
Yeah, he looked tired. I mean, we'll get to Australia in a bit, but let's talk about the first day of Test cricket after a very exciting World Cup. It feels a little muted. Not a lot of people paid attention to it, but after what Ireland did today, it I think woke a lot of cricketers up. Twitter all of a sudden was very busy.
It sure did. It woke up England before the Ashes. More importantly, it woke up the ICC. It's not about associate nations always. You have to promote sport in all countries, and this was a prime example. Keep ICC aside for now, but just coming to England, brilliant from Ireland. I mean, Tim Murtagh took 5 wickets, set the stage on fire, but I think it was an overall holistic bowling performance. Mark Adair was good, and so was Boyd Rankin. Everybody chipped in. They were disciplined, and the English batting was put to test. And guess what? Same ground where they won the World Cup a week back, and now they are grounded totally, isn't it? It's funny. Cricket is a funny game, right? So that's what
it is. You're so right. It's such a funny game because they were lifting the World Cup, and today they were just walking in shame. And 5 of the World Cup winning players were in that team.
Oh yeah, sure. And I mean, it's different formats, different ball, like different conditions, different mindset. It's not always easy. Plus, they might have taken Ireland a little casually, which you never do in sport, especially in cricket. So they bear the brunt. And what was interesting was, like, if you look at Lords, I think the record there is in 1896 was the last time 18 wickets fell in a day.
Yeah, since it broke the record.
As many wickets have never fallen, and now after over 120, almost 120 years.
Yeah, exactly.
15 years, they are seeing 20 wickets on a day. That doesn't always happen. So
no, it doesn't always happen. You're right.
It was good. It is actually good for Test match cricket because the hype that was created around one-day cricket because of the dramatic World Cup win that England had, it served the purpose for one-day cricket. But a lot of people thought, like, will Ashes lose its sheen? Will Test cricket not get it? I don't think so that's happening. The purest form of cricket remains the purest form.
Exactly. Well, I think the thing is, it almost woke people up. It snapped out of the World Cup post-trauma, or what do you want to call it, right? But let's go back to England. Do you think, you made a very good point. They were overconfident. They took Ireland too lightly. I mean, if you look at the pitch, it was very green. I've never seen a much greener carpet on a pitch that I saw today. And then they chose to bat first. And Root said, I think, and plus you have to remember the Duke ball that started in 2018. It swings a lot more in Test cricket. Australia right now is in Southampton practicing. Between, they put 25, 30 players together and put 2 teams together, Graham Hick 11 versus Haddon. And both Australian teams got bowled out for 105 and 120 against each other. Right? And now England got bowled out for 85. So are we expecting a low-scoring Ashes this year?
Well, a lot of that will depend on the pitch. Of course, the ball is going to stay the same. Like you said, in 2018, there were new Duke's ball. So the seam is a little more raised and more pronounced than what it used to be. So obviously, it's going to get more assistant of the pitch of the seam. But now, like you said, the pitch was a green carpet. You don't usually see this at Lords. Why Joe Root chose to bat? Well, nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Exactly, yeah.
I understand they looked perfectly good batting conditions because the temperature was in excess of 30, no dark clouds. Everybody like it's good to bat first, put runs on the board. But guess what? Like, it didn't work out in their favor. The green pitch and the Duke's ball did the trick. And it exposed a few things in the English batting lineup. I mean, their top 3, they have Root there, but they have concerns with the opener. I think the dilemma or the conundrum that England has had over the last 3, 4, 5 years with opening is very similar to what India has with the number 4 in one-day cricket.
Absolutely.
Very easily. India lost the World Cup there. I hope England doesn't lose the Ashes because of that top order.
And I think the only positive going in England's favor right now is, Australia is in this similar spot right now. Usman Khwaja has been their most consistent test batsman last year, and he's out injured at this
That's
point.
correct. Absolutely
Right?
right. But one thing that Australia can take positive out of this is the fact that they played against their own bowlers who are really top quality. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
saying
true.
Irish bowlers are not top quality,
Yeah,
but if you compare a Mitchell Stark and a Josh Hazelwood and a Pat Cummins or a Peter Siddle versus Boyd Rankin and Mark Adair and Tim Murtagh, obviously you would say that the Australian bowling lineup is way stronger and much more experienced, more
much
important.
more. Yeah.
But
And
guess what?
yes, I was watching some of the clips today. England batsmen, most of them actually gave their wickets away. They were playing away from the body. Most of them got LBW or they nicked the ball. So I think they're still in that 1 day mode. Is it going to take some time to snap out of it? Second inning we'll find out. But what do you think?
Yes, that makes a lot of difference. But like you said, only five of them were from the World Cup squad. The
Yeah,
others were not. So the others have no excuse to say, like Mitchell, like in Australia, right? Mitchell Stark can say, "I'm tired" from the World Cup. Josh Hazelwood cannot say that. Like he
none.
just did not perform
But
well.
he looked tired.
He looked tired, exactly. So he can give that excuse, but it's a difficult game when it comes to change of mindset. So I think, but these are players from the top drawer, the top notch professionals, so they will get back to it. And a lot of times it happens that the warm up games are different. Like you see Rohit Sharma, right? World Cup
Yeah,
warm up games, he did nothing, and then during the World Cup, 5 centuries. So
all of a sudden
they will
exploded.
obviously step up their game. Definitely some areas of concern for England, like you mentioned. Some and like a lot of them were loose shots away from the body. And I think Tim Murtagh was very good because he knows this ground. I
Yeah,
actually had this fun fact that I was reading: 383 wickets at Lords for
for
Tim
Middle
Murtagh,
Essex.
just at Lords because it's his home ground traditionally. He plays for
Wow,
there.
I actually didn't even know that. Wow.
That's the highest number of wickets for any bowler in a given specific venue since 2000. Since 2000, no bowler in the world has as many wickets as Tim
At
Murtagh has
one.
on one ground.
Wow. I think that's Middle Essex. He plays for Middle Essex, and that's their home ground,
Home ground,
right?
exactly. Yep.
So, he's 38. He's nearing 38th birthday, almost a week away. How much confidence will Australian bowlers take from this? Because he doesn't have the pace. He bowls at 75 miles an hour. How much would Stark take from this, or his would that actually they clock very close to 90, 95, at times. How
Yeah,
much confidence will they take?
they must be licking their lips looking at this English batting. I mean, they must be like, if you give me a green pitch like this and that Duke's ball, which has such seam, oh yeah, they can rip through any batting order on those kind of conditions. But that's a very good point actually. You said he bowls around those 75, 80
Yeah,
miles per hour.
yeah.
Lot of times on these greenish pitches, when you have a bowler who bowls at that, this always reminds me of Saurav Ganguly. He
Oh, yeah,
best when you gave him his conditions.
yeah.
He was a diddly dodly medium pacer.
Diddly dodly, yeah.
Even Scott Styris for that matter. You pick Colin de Grandhomme
Oh,
for
go back, Chris Harrison, back in the days, Gavin
yeah,
Larson.
those
Diddly
guys
dodly.
are not quick, but they are so smart with their bowling, and at that pace, they allow the ball to swing a little bit more, unless
Because
the batsman is proactive.
and you've played cricket, I've played cricket. Problem with these ballers is the ball comes to you at such a slow pace. You have so much time to overthink.
Overthink, exactly. And the ball has so much time to swing. Like
Swing.
it
Yeah,
probably swings more because there's more time on it.
that's
It's more
exactly.
difficult to play a faster swinging delivery, no doubt. But these diddly dodly bowlers that
Yeah.
they're
You
dangerous.
can never get perfection in timing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Either you'll be too late or too early in that shot. So we're almost closing on the 10 minutes mark. So I'll get to the last couple of questions. So what's your prediction then? Where do you see Ashes going this year? England has that World Cup victory behind them. I know it's ODP. I mean, it's one day internationals, but the confidence they will take in from that, the fact that they give Jason Roy a debut today,
Mhm.
he didn't perform that well, but he's got another chance. He's on the crease now.
Mhm.
So where do you think is England mentally feeling? Even if Ireland, whatever happens in this game, do you think the result of this game would matter for Ashes?
I do not think it should matter, but with the history that England has, they are a little soft when it comes to the brand of cricket they play. They changed that in the ODIs, and that showed
Yeah,
up in the result.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm hoping it's going to rub on to the test team as well. Obviously, it's a new captain, new players, but still, the attitude that comes with a one-day team rubbing onto the test team, it can stay. And I think this match would not affect a lot. It'll give Australia a lot of confidence, but guess what? Even their batsmen did not do the best. So it'll be a very close Ashes. It's going to be very interesting with that good new Duke's cherry, the red cherry
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you see. But I don't think you'd see a lot of green pitches. Like
And
no,
traditionally, the red ball was never supposed to swing more than the white ball, but it does with this
well,
dude.
I think that's partially because of the way the white ball has evolved, and I should say deteriorated in
Oh
terms
yeah,
of how
become
a bowler sees the ball. I mean, personally, being a bowler, I hardly see the seam on the Kookaburra anymore. I
yeah,
mean, you cannot see that seam, and then
so true.
what do you expect? A 350-run game? Yeah, I mean, of course.
Exactly.
And so
So
that's how the
last,
game has evolved.
last question, yes, before we end this tonight is, I'm going back to the World Cup again. They won the World Cup pretty convincingly, not convincingly. They fought till the end. Uh, Australia, their fast bowlers must be licking their fingers. They're ready to go. Ashes again has a lot to offer, but uh, Test cricket, has ODP left Test cricket behind, or do you think Test cricket still has a lot to offer?
No, I think Test cricket has a lot more to offer. Of all the formats, I think the one that is weakest right now is ODI cricket. The World Cup has helped it a bit, but with the advent of T20, I think ODI cricket has suffered more than Test cricket. Especially when you talk about nations like England and Australia, I think still it is Test cricket that supersedes all other formats.
That's true. That's true. Well, with that thought, we'll end the show tonight. Thank you again, Yash, for joining us. And
Anytime,
we will, watch our Facebook page and keep subscribing. We have some big news coming, and Yash and Lucky will join us for that as well. Thank you, Yash, and good night from mine.
bye bye. Take care.